After an exciting Major 1 in Madrid, we are back to the online qualifiers, gearing up for Optic's home major at Major 2, and we started Valentine's Day with 3 CDL games, so I'm gonna break them all down and check out the beginning of Stage 2. The first match of the day, we had Carolina Royal Ravens versus LA Thieves, and a few weeks ago in Madrid, Carolina faced LAT in the first round and was slammed in both hardpoints, unable to match Thieves' insane pace, so today they aim to shift the narrative after struggling since the start of the season, but their challenges persisted. Thieves are coming off a second place finish on LAN in a grand finals that went all the way to a game 7 round 11, just about as close as it gets. But going into the map 1, Thieves hardpoint dominance continued. Ghosty opened in Major 2 with a 3-piece on the Ravens.
Got the talent. Now you got to make it work. And this is the guy, listen, I'm looking to see get back to being the best player in the world. Hydra at any moment can do it.
Thieves were in the driver's seat throughout the entire game, and despite Gwyn going double positive, the rest of the Ravens couldn't get anything going, and the frustrations began.
Fight around the point. 7 points needed for the victory now for Thieves. They're inside. They're finding all the kills. One player left is Slasher, and he will drop. That will seal it there. Thieves continue their dominance in hardpoint over this Carolina team.
Thieves carried this momentum into map 2 when Hydra started with this 3 spree to take the early lead.
Now, time against him, and he's got to start to go. Stun check. Not going to hit, but the gunny will. It's so close, right? Like, he has the read. He's got the shots. That slide comes in a second late. And that'll be a first blood for Hydra. So tucks away, great stuff from him.
Honestly, Carolina looked defeated before the game was even over, but they were able to even the score at 2-2 when Hydra tried to get this ninja defuse.
So it's just like this question of, hold on a second. Okay, someone's going to check. I love that.
But after this round, Thieves pulled away with the rest of the game, and Hydra called game with this nasty ace in the final round.
Child other side. Goes right. Flash around the hot rock. Two of them. Say Taco, nice. Yo, maybe pinching mid. I don't see mid. It's planning for there. It's planning for their side.
Wait for the check.
Could be outer.
Could be outer than me.
Could be outer, boys. Could be checkers. He's probably just sitting checkers. Not nice.
While both teams are even on map count and control this season, Thieves were just messing around with Carolina throughout the entire game. I mean, Hydra held someone hostage and their casters were crashing out.
Horrible situation. And now setting up this situation.
Oh, hello there.
Headshots, back shots. It's Valentine's Day, baby.
Oh, Hydra getting saucy with it as he... We'll get a shot of it there. Oh, well, Vivid, we'll see you later. I mean, it wasn't...
Ravens only gotten 1 round in the control, and they were not clicking throughout this entire series. It's weird because they had a really good start in Stage 1, but after December, they've really been struggling. Vivid having an especially difficult series with a .63, only getting 39 kills throughout this one. But Envoy had a specific message for Gwyn and the rest of the league in his post-game interview.
Hey, some of these top players, they can have their flowers, but if you're not going to play for the win, it don't matter. So I think that's what we've been striving to do, and I think it shows. I mean, we get outslayed in a couple of hard points, we still win by a good margin, and I think it's a lot of things. I mean, a lot of these players, I mean, Gwyn, I think at the first map, I mean, this guy is literally like double pause, just being useless on the map, taking useless routes. I think people don't analyze the gameplay enough. You know, you got Clay tweeting, Ken tweeting the other day about, you know, watching VOD and stuff. I think people actually just don't watch VOD, don't play hardpoint the way it's supposed to be played.
Nice to see him talk a little bit and let the rest of the league know that they got to step up their game and actually try to win. In the second series of the day, we had Vegas Falcons versus Boston Breach. Most, if not all, of Vegas Falcons games have not been competitive, and going into this match, they're on a 13-game losing streak in hardpoint. Boston was rated in like the middle of the pack going into Major 1, but had a disappointing top 12 finish after losing to both FaZe and Cloud9. Despite this, Snoopy set the tone early with a strong start on the first few hills, and it was a close game throughout the first set of rotations, and Treyarch Cammy began to shine in this match. By the second set of rotations, the Vegas Falcons were unable to keep up with the pace of Boston, and I almost forgot to mention that they've gone through another roster change. It's almost becoming normal at this point that they just keep swapping players in and out, and it is not helping them at all. Boston taking advantage of this.
Final few moments, Vegas did what they could. Last attack, last chance. Anyone to contest? Yes! For now.
Okay. They got a square off too. This is so tough. Yeah, number 5 slides on time, and there it is. Yeah.
And Snoopy continuing his S&D dominance in map 2, leading the entire game. Snoopy and Cammy made this game look effortless and called game in the final round, winning 6-2.
All the top corridors full of Boston Breach players. Now Snoopy sending it. Hello, Snoopy. Catches King napping, and now to best the machines. Purge. Whoa! Picks the winner. Somehow gets the kill. 2v2. 2v1. Xnid now. Snoopy. 1v1. Oh, perfect. As well. Send it, Xnid. Oh, you went the wrong way. Cammy is an absolute beast for that one. GG.
It looked like this might be an early day with another 3-0 win in control, but Falcons had different plans to the shock of everyone watching. They began by winning a defensive round and then clutching this insane offensive round.
Runs on through. The Whom now at range. Wixel finding kills as well. Can you keep the capture going? You sure can. Here comes Snoopy. Trying to stop it. Can't get it done. Anyone there for alive for the Falcons? Yes. The second segment in the bag. Here we go.
They got the pressure as well. The Whom, another gunfight win, gets the trades. Cammy's gone. Ticket progress nearly through. Snoopy and Awakening gotta go all up to Snoopy. Last ditch effort. How quick is his movement underneath? Can't survive, and Falcons have forced.
Xnid showing his passion for the win after clutching another offense and taking what I think is their 5th map win of the entire season. And look, they tried carrying that energy into map 4, but they're just not good at hardpoint and slowly started breaking down on the second set of rotations again. Cammy was heating up and dominating the Falcons to close out the series. And then Snoopy called game with this 3-piece.
Yeah, it's not over yet. We've had a couple of kills there now. Snoopy's trying to make his way forward. Snoopy finds a big one on the player through Zig. I'm going to front the Whom down. Snoopy! What a 3! That's game, baby. Snoopy calls it. A big old spree and a smile at his face. The calf kills are not there. And that's a contest. Purge on the front. Game, set, match.
The newcomers Doom and Wixel were not helpful to Falcons on this map, resulting in another disappointing L for Vegas Falcons and their coach Clayster. They actually have the longest losing streak in CDL history now, previously held by Clayster, Crim6, Neptune, and Hydra in 2022. Cammy finishing this series with a 1.4 and Snoopy not far behind him. Speaking of Neptune, in the final game of the day, we had Atlanta FaZe versus a different Vancouver Surge roster. After a disappointing end to Major 1, Surge made a much needed roster change. They felt like HEATS was holding them back due to his poor slaying performances, so they picked up Neptune, who could bring some more aggression. Neptune had bounced around in the CDL early in his career before spending some time in Challengers on Omit Brooklyn at the beginning of the season, and after dominating the amateur scene, pros were vouching for him to get a spot in the league, and Surge was the team to give him another chance to prove himself. His Black Ops 6 debut in the CDL would not be easy, as they have to face Atlanta FaZe, who are coming off a dominant performance in Major 1, looking like the best team in the game when all the guys are shooting. They look to do the same in Major 2 to set the tone early, but Vancouver had different plans. aBeZy started the game in MVP form, taking an early 30-point lead.
Be one more chance at this. It will be Neptune, but the stun and the nade gonna be on point for aBeZy. That's gonna be another 3 in a row, make it 4. aBeZy with some great shots, some great slides, trying to find 6. Finds all 4, does aBeZy. 6 in a row. My man's popping off.
But Vancouver was not going to go down that easy and made this game extremely competitive all the way until the end. They continued to trade the lead, Nasty having a great game, and the scoreboard was fairly even throughout. Even though it was super mixy at the end, FaZe were able to close it out on the final
4
Oh.
hill.
seconds to see another hard point. Draza wants no part of it, though. He is clipping wigs. Clean shots out of the AR from him. FaZe locking it down. This break has to be the break. Neptune able to do it. Him and Nasty combined on the kills. You can't win it here if you are FaZe. Get back to mid.
It's on Neptune again. He was able to find the route. It's a long route through R to get us back to a P1.
He's moving.
And now both teams fighting for control. 21 seconds needed for Surge, 2 seconds needed for FaZe, 3 dead for Surge, make it 4.
Red Card S&D opened with a 1v1 from Draza and 04, both sharing a laugh after this
From
one.
Draza, aBeZy just deleted. Now down to a 1 versus 1. 04 versus Draz. Draz looking for his 3rd in the round.
Those doors weren't open, so he could potentially just... Okay, so the 1 is open. He spots him, doesn't have the AR out though, and that's the difference. 04 has the AR. He's able to win the gunfight. Both laughing.
Celium keeping the game alive for FaZe, sending some body shots to aBeZy.
Tracking a bit, loses the gunfight. Now down to a 1 versus 1. Cell, aBeZy for the map. Cell's not losing those, and he's let him know it's a body shot.
But
Cell
aBeZy took that personally and slammed Celium in the next round, finishing this game with 13 kills, and Nasty getting the final kill on Simp to take a 6-4 S&D win. Protocol control looked much different than the last 2 games, and Surge picked up the pace to FaZe's surprise. Even the casters were expecting a FaZe 3-0, but Surge had other plans. Surge set the tone early in this first offense and carried that momentum throughout the entire game, and closed out the game in a shocking 3-0 in the control. Surge Surge would go on to shock FaZe once again on Protocol, taking an early 100-point lead in the hardpoint. We got a chance to listen into Vancouver's comms as they were taking over.
Yo, kill so. Let's kill so.
I'm going to Grannies. Wait, I'm going to Grannies. I'm going to play back tower. Yeah, fine.
So peons. So.
One shot. One shot, peon. You can run over here. Watch him across. He's left side. Blue.
You give me a big gun.
Blue. You top blue.
Yo, you make a
And that's 2 mid light. Go bang time. One shot mid gun now. Start mid. Same mid gun, bro. That's 2 here, bro. I need it. I thought you need this shit.
Yo,
Understand.
on our hop.
I'm mining his Legend blue. I'm gonna try down, bro.
I'm gonna go bottom pool.
And that's one time. I'll basically one.
He's
One on the shiny back door, okay? There are 3 on time.
He one shot draws.
He's alone.
04 had a really slow game, and in the past, if he was having a bad game, Surge were most likely not going to win. But now this roster change with Neptune shows a completely different side to Vancouver. The team helped bring them over the finish line, and Nasty had an incredible series. In this game in particular, he had a 1.7 KD, soaking the hill time in between. FaZe tried closing the gap, but it was a little too late, and Surge ended up beating them in an unexpected win in Neptune's debut CDL match in Black Ops 6. Nasty even shared some insight to the roster change to close out Valentine's Day in the CDL.
How did you find Neptune? Why wasn't he scooped up earlier by your team? And how good does it feel with him in the lineup?
Yeah, I don't know how he was in China as long as he was. I'm glad because like we were able to snag him. So cheers to everyone else. He's unreal, man. As you said in that series, like the protocol control, he's just running around taking over, and he brings a lot of pace to the team, which I think we were missing on this game because it plays pretty fast.
Yes, he does.
Nasty, Neptune, and Abuza were all positive, and Abizi was the only player positive for Atlanta FaZe. Some of these games were competitive, but Vancouver really shocked FaZe in these last 2 maps. It was a pretty easy way to settle into Major 2, and things are just getting started. Things are really going to heat up tomorrow as FaZe get another chance to play against Optic Texas as Pred makes his return, and we got a couple other competitive matchups that are bound to go to a Game 5. Speaking of Pred, if you guys enjoyed this video, you gotta check out my recent video where I talk about the shocking story of Pred's return to Optic Texas. But let me know what you guys thought about day 1 for the Major 2 qualifiers. LAT continued their dominance. Boston Breach bounced back from a top 12 finish on LAN, and Neptune showed up and showed out in his CDL debut in Black Ops 6. With that said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.